on a world gone mad.
According to my divinations and calculations, Mars is about to run out of air. This is serious. Without air, what will we breathe?
Every now and again you see a movie that causes complete disregard for human life and property because it's just so unbelievably terrible. Movies that come to mind lately were The Love Guru, which I will review sometime soon. But when I first saw this movie, Lobster Man from Mars, I was pretty young. I got it for Christmas. My uncle sends us the most retarded gifts in the world. And so he sent us this movie. And I remember watching this, and then immediately afterwards I abused my dog because I was so angry. But now looking back on it, I see what this movie is, and I can appreciate it a lot more.
Life that could survive on Mars would be a giant crab.
What this movie basically is just a spoof of every B-movie ever made, or even some of those movies that I guess were considered A movies back in the 50s, like Creature from the Black Lagoon, you know, all those like mummy movies, you know, all that crap. And it's actually pretty funny now that I look back on it. You know, you saw the lines where he's like, without air, what will we breathe? And that whole campy kind of retard attitude carries throughout the entire movie. Here we see the hideous Lobster Man and his new girlfriend. Basically what's happening here is the Lobster Man is going down to Earth because, like we said earlier, Mars is running out of air, which is theoretically not correct considering there is no air on Mars, and therefore this movie makes no sense from the get-go. And that's what's great about it. It's just really campy, and there's some terrible, terrible lines, and it's just really funny at parts.
Hungry patrons report finding the place completely deserted, with the exception of 2 human skeletons. Is this the work of Martians or natural causes?
The plot is pretty stupid. I already mentioned the fact that Lobster Man comes down to save Mars. Well, technically that's not really the plot. This is actually a movie within a movie where it's a struggling film producer who produces a terrible B-movie with midget seance directors and Lobster Man and all these crazy things that would never be plausible in real life. And he's asking a producer to pick up the film and produce it. And what results is this terrible, terrible film. And other than a few jokes and a really funny chase scene through these geysers where they attempt to kill the Lobster Man, nothing really results from it, and it's kind of boring. But if you're really into those spoof movies, I guess you could give it a try. So I'm going to give this one, how about a 2.5 stars out of 5. And, well, that's the first BearHairstylist review. And coming up soon, I'm going to be reviewing Lawrence of Arabia, so check that out. And The Love Guru. Those are the 2 next reviews that I'm going to do. But for now, take care, and I will see you tomorrow with my review of Lawrence of Arabia.